once at Pro League Groups. They actually lost against ATK in that, so we'll see if they can step it up into this one. It is traditionally a fairly weak map for G2, one of the maps that niko sometimes struggles on. Let's see if they can step up this time. They've got the ramp fights at the ready. Look at Dihar, though, sneaking up. It looks like he has now been spotted, and G2 will recede back to the bomb site.
Are they going all the way here, Ence? Getting close to the ramp and cutting noise, but G2 are coming. They've only seen one, and now they see three, man. Pops niko, though. Very nicely done by him. But there's more fighting to be done. xantares and Hunter coming through now. Keeping the numbers close at least. 3 on 2 in favor of Ence. That's the bomb dropped. Madden and Sampayas coming through. xantares taking one in the face, but still alive. Able to get revenge for that as well. What a difference a Glock or a USP can make. Leaving Sampayas in the clutch then. He knows one has taken a bullet in the face. Piece of paper might blow xantares over. He needs to find two. There's xantares looking for the info. Down to the last two players. JKS with the crouch will win the pistol.
There. And no bomb plant for Ence, but they've still gone for the force buy into this follow-up round. So they've had to go with the Tech 9s into this one. xantares, the man covering off mid. Doesn't have a quick rotation from A right now. And the molly has forced him back, so Ence are going to be able to close the distance, and xantares not ready for them. Oh,
Splitting
no!
the bomb site. The Tech 9 comes through for Dihar. Ence's aggression is unrelenting and successful here. What did G2 even do from this position? They don't have position as far as B is concerned. And indeed, they want to limit the losses. Ence are playing awesome at the moment. That much you have to admit. So dangerous, these fraggers. Snappy and Dihar coming through with some savage openers on the B bomb site. And it seems they'll all survive for this one.
Damn. That was just so quick. There wasn't the rotate from A because G2 were taking a bit of initiative towards ramp. But I thought xantares would at least be able to spray a couple down and maybe stall them. But no, he just got caught out entirely. That makes things very interesting now at the start of VERTIGO. G2 did say they were a little disappointed with themselves on their CT side of VERTIGO against Movistar. You see here, just so quick with the flashes over the...
Beast to Ancient, of course. We'll see how they run their timing. Big focus from G2 on the B bomb site. We can see m0NESY holding down mid. Close to both sites, of course. Sneaker will be left to try and buy some time. But what is the plays here from Ence? Not giving too many sound cues away. Really go for a cheeky peek here. You don't want to wait too long to breach and find your first frags if you are in Ence's position. They've got the utility to make a play, to make an execute on this A bomb site. 40 seconds remain in the anti-force spine. This is where I start to get nervous, just watching. But you can see the rotation from G2 now. xantares is dealt with, and that is going to allow Ence to rotate towards the B bomb site. niko's going to strike over towards A on the ramp, and now the problems begin. They're not on a bomb site yet. They've got 20 seconds to find these kills, and smokes are up. Jumping Snappy tries to clear stuff out, running low on the bullets though. Sampayas and Dihar have big urgency. 15 seconds. He finds one through the smoke. Chance giving Ence a way into this round with the time so low. Very, very nervous stuff, but niko has an AK. Half health, one more to find. Down to 16 HP. He can't take a bullet. Only needs one onto Sampayas though. He doesn't have a kit. Sampayas doesn't know where he's coming from. Touching the bomb, and Sampayas will be there for the last one. That was a scary round for Ence.
Yeah, that got sketchy because nertz stops the aggression of the one player through B, but because he only spots one player, he thinks that everyone else from G2 has rotated away. But in fact, once nertz got this kill, they decided to call off their rotate away from B. They kept two players here, Thankfully, Dihar able to sell.
There's a lack of helmets as well, and these SMGs are still roaming around. They will be super dangerous. That running, that moving accuracy could be lethal if they can get close enough to these CTs.
Early kill over towards B with the two CTs aggressing, but that means they realize mid might be wide open. Again, this similar play, but this time there is the response to deny the mid aggression. Madden will now try and make a hero play, but niko one step ahead of him. Looks like G2 have been able to handle that aggression into mid this time. And that was much needed for G2. Got a good chance to survive with 4 players here. That would be fantastic for their economy. They need that because Ence have got a really lovely amount of cash built up after those clean round wins.
Looks like he might be going for the save then.
Yeah.
Pious.
I mean, there's definitely an argument to be made for going for some exit kills here. But I also don't mind just focusing your own economy. You know, keep it strong. It's your pick. Make sure you get all the gun rounds.
Their money is together. So, different approaches. There's often one solution to a situation. Of course, one is here to save, but if you can see the lack of money for G2, just keeping them
lined up so that G2 can try and take this area of the map away. Meanwhile, xantares playing a slightly different position on mid this time. Looks like G2 might want to exploit that. Can't find their way up mid on the Ence side, though. Ence will look for this ramp control straight back.
niko can use those sound cues well. Great contribution from Monassi. Look at how they are clearing things. Never shy with the aggression on their CT side. Doing very well, G2. Up to Ence to answer back, and there's mollies over towards B as well. Monassi delivers another kill. And Ence are being really handicapped now. 3 on 5. And Monassi is refusing to concede his position. Got rifle support from niko. It's going to be very difficult for Ence to find anything in this round. 5 seconds on the clock, and I do wonder if they will continue to pursue something here. Nerds doesn't have enough money to drop in the next round, but what can they really get out of this situation at this point?
Big for G2 to get even more money built up. This is going to be all 5 alive. I love that. And that ramp control procedure was so good from G2. I love that once all the smokes start to fade, they have those incendiaries lined up for either side. Makes it hard for Ence to fight as the smokes are faded. And that's just Monassi doing. Monassi changed that in any way, create some chaos. This B site could be vulnerable briefly. Well, Madden looking for this ramp fight, but G2 have been all over ramp in these gun rounds. They get another opening kill in that position.
xantares delivering as well. Another 3 versus 5. Look at the lack of respect from xantares. Having a whale of a time on the CT side, just running around and reducing the options for Ence, taking liberties with them. And now it's them who are going to be severely impacted this time. Had a number of false starts here on the T side, and this one's going to be devastating. xantares still lurking around somewhere. They may feel it might be harder to save on this occasion. Their money is ruined now, Ence, with these timeouts. See, xantares just looking to buy some time. Spots nerds. "30 seconds for Ence, and while this round slows to a snail's pace, they can think about that ramp problem. Monassi and niko are both causing them really big issues. Once you lose 2 players in your 3v5 on VERTIGO, it's really hard to get back into the round, which is why you've seen these saves come through. Another one from Ence now as G2 are taking this game by the scruff of the neck, it seems.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that was just HooXi having a good feeling that mid would be open. He pushed all the way through mid, if I'm not mistaken, to get that flank towards B. Ence had no clue that he was going to be flanking them. Yeah, just a big flank. Catches the first player out. And the second lurking through mid a couple of times. So definitely good signs for G2 that their CT side is looking improved here.
Monacy with plenty of targets coming up the ramp.
Oh.
I was going to say that G2 are, against some teams, maybe they would condition them to start a little slower to avoid these early casualties. Of course, with the weapons that Ence have, the MAC-10, the Tech-9, that might not be the case, but also the way Ence have been playing, I would imagine they would refuse to be conditioned. But it seems Monacy will be offered more sacrifice as players continue to head his way on the Ence side. MAC-10 will be collected at the very least, but it's not just Monacy who is a problem on this ramp. niko has been as well. They will be playing together here. As Monacy has the angle. Surely here's the scope. Down they go, leaving Nertz now to try and find something. But he will be denied as Monacy finds 4 around that A-bomb site. Round after round, they are getting shut down by the brick wall of Monacy and niko.
What an animal Monacy was in that round. That final shot, he had no right of landing, but you see the utility. It just funnels Ence into the same angle. Makes it really easy for the CTs to win the fights. This one, he's not even looking. He takes a shot. Oh. Block that smoke there, Madden, which normally lands on top of the sandbags to make it difficult for the Ts to move up.
Speaking of smokes, got to give props to Mahone's video on the evolution of Mirage window smokes.
It's a great video.
Very good video indeed.
Cool to see how much goes into something that you almost take for granted these days.
Have a look at the push that's coming into the site now. Again, the smokes are being used to close the distance. Rifles were collected, but Hunter will take that away. Got to get his reload in now as 2 players remain. See how Nertz is with an AWP then. Sampaio unable to retrieve a rifle. Maybe he'll take that AWP. Not close enough, so Nertz will have the first crack then. As HooXi gets into position. 2 of these 3 players with kits. JKS moving over. There's no one else there to trade that frag, really. It's an awkward angle as well. Great flick from Nertz, though. Sampaia's hiding as Hunter makes his way to the bomb, but he's baiting. And Sampaio is a non-believer. He may have just won the round for his squad. Spots Hunter, and there isn't enough time. Ence with the Tech-9s will break the A-bomb site. But now they've got to do it with the rifles.
Damn, they're just able to get up close. The smoke wall pays off for them. Getting into position. They're able to find Monacy quite early here and get that AWP onto the bomb site. And once they get it recovered, Nertz does great. So that could be an interesting trend going forwards. Do G2 need to aggressively fight for ramp in order to block them out? Well, they're trying, and Madden might be disappointed he missed his opportunity there. Looked like he was going to get the drop on niko, but niko wins the opening fight, and Ence once again denied their ramp control.
That is a big problem they seem unable to solve. It's giving G2 such good advantages, such strong advantages in these rounds. Monacy with the luxury of range is a constant problem. See G2 not sitting back on that one-man advantage. Continuing to poke forward. Hunter's going to be lost though. It's getting awkward for HooXi. He'll trade with a HG grenade, and Nertz will be falling back with 33 HP. niko able to escape the situation as well. Monacy makes things harder for Ence. 2 remain now, but versus the 3 of G2, maybe there's a chance for them. 40 seconds on the clock. Dihar showing presence towards this A-bomb site. A second molly as well. What is Nerds looking to do? Do they think that there are two players here because of those two Molotovs? Gets the entry and shows the bomb, D-Hut. But how does Nerds help him out here? 14 seconds to plant that bomb. Nerds coming in from the back.
Molly?
niko's down. Bomb is planted. It's turning around now for Ence finally. JKS in the clutch. Both these players are quite tagged. But surely they'll be in a trade frag scenario. He's got a smoke. Doesn't have a grenade or a molly. That would certainly help him here. He has a kit as well. You can see the position of Nerds waiting to pop out with his teammate. JKS up top looking for these players. He knows Nerds is by the sandbags now. But he still needs to find two frags. Won't find anything once he's in.
We'll once again see G2 start with the 3 players towards A early. And Madden again making a similar play. This time with the MAC-10, but he's been spotted. And this time flashed is Hunter. So it's 2 entries for Sumpius.
Refusing to be conditioned. Cavalry came just in time through the smoke there to make it a 2v1 on that first kill. And now there's plenty of space for Nerds to work with all of a sudden. Finally, a change of fortune for Ence. JKS, though, was he looking at the radar? A bit late on the shooting there. G2 don't have the cash for this. Bearing in mind it's only 5-5, it's looked so rough for Ence, especially in this position. But there's plenty of time for them to pull away with a lead as we head towards half-time. Suddenly, things are looking somewhat nervous for G2 after all that success. xantares trying to hold on to what they have. But look at this hunt from Ence. No one is near the bomb. They're all coming for these remaining G2 players. Getting tagged through the smoke once again, xantares. Suddenly, there's a lot of opportunity, a world of opportunity for Ence. But m0NESY looks like he might hold on to that AWP. And if he does, then it still won't be easy for Ence in these coming rounds.
There's still opportunities for G2 with these save guns. But for Ence, another nice round. Just able to get those 2 initial kills. This is Sumpius, yeah, emerging through the smoke. I don't know how Hunter got blind in that round. There wasn't a flash assist on the scoreboard, but either way, have got those 2 safe guns into this round. Oh, m0NESY and xantares both losing the big guns early. niko's Deeg not able to land a shot this time. Hunter has picked up the AWP. But already a 2-man advantage for Ence, looking very good for them in this round.
The remainder of G2 are naked. It's going to be really hard for them to take a fight, and that's before you get to their weapons. JKS will still make it happen, though, with the P250. Maybe a cosmetic frag in this round, though. We shall see. Surely they want to hold on to the AWP here. Maybe niko will try to get to this weapon. Again, G2 looks so strong, especially with the ramp, but now they've finally been broken. They've been worn down by Ence. Don't have those sharp teeth anymore. Oh, really?
Oh,
it's kind of an
boy.
awkward angle. Oh, there we go. Straight in the back. Bonus money, leaving niko to try and hold on to that AK then. Ence are in a superb position all of a sudden. The struggle was real, but they've made it.
Has been held early. In fact, it's mid that might be the issue. Hunter spots out the aggression, and now niko has been picked on ramp.
Not going back to business as usual then for G2. m0NESY will have some sound cues maybe from that ladder position. There's a lot of time to go. G2 have some smokes to play with though, if they'll be in the right place with them. See if they come JKS's way later on. In a forward position, but you never know what's around the corner. The minute on the clock, Ence will still show some presence towards that A-bomb site. See m0NESY on the side there. It's going to be hard to trade that frag if he gets something from here. There's a flashbang though. Beautiful from Ence. They wipe out the A-bomb site. And G2 are broken again. cancelling things as they considered poking towards A.
5 AKs instead. I was expecting G2 to maybe have some more issues on their CT side here, but at the same time, they probably need 1 or 2 more rounds to feel at least comfortable, at least okay with their scoreline. See if they can muster up anything in this round. B site has not been tested recently. Gets tested here, and JKS can do nothing about that. Dihar picks up the opener. Wants some aggression in mid from G2, but I'm not sure it's going to matter because Hunter can't hold here with the CZ. Honestly, lucky to be alive, but here is that flank. xantares able to deliver 1. Can he get more here? Dihar, he knows, was close by, but great headshot delivered. And maybe the chaos taken out of the round now.
niko desperately trying to stop that bomb if he can. Sampayas will be the sacrificial lamb if he'll allow it. Manasi with the USP dancing around the box. Man, Ence are looking so strong. This is fantastic to see, really. I'm sure if you're a G2 fan, you're disappointed, but it's not easy to take the fight to G2 like this. You saw how strong they were on the ramp, but Ence were patient, and over time, they've managed to deliver something very strong indeed. Taking Ancient away, pipping G2 to the post on their pick, and now heading towards potentially 10 rounds in the first half of VERTIGO.
Again, this ramp position has been favored to Ence more often than not. Looks like a slower start to the round this time for the European squad, though. And maybe a B play, which we haven't really seen much of from Ence. They haven't really needed it.
Who takes momentum into the second half then? Let's not forget who won the pistol in this half.
Yeah. Okay, Ence is just killing people.
Nurse is having the time of his life. Catching up with Dihar's 12 kills now. As niko creeps towards A. Got a rotation here from Ence, it looks like.
Oh,
they
Hunter.
are pressing forward.
Hello.
Hunter, indeed. He's taken business into his own hands. The bomb will be planted over towards B. Dihar has an angle. JKS must be careful here. Dihar popping out just as the rifle swings out. And he's got a nice angle himself as well. That leaves niko in a clutch then. 1 versus 3. G2 need every round they can get. There's the first one for niko. 2 more to find. He's got a kit. He doesn't have a smoke. And that clock is ticking. 1 on the stairs. Dihar has been dropped as well. Nurse has only got 18 HP, but he's got a molly on the bomb, and that might just be enough. niko on the way to get that final kill, but has he got time to defuse this bomb? It's going to be a close one. I'm not sure he's going to make it. It's going to be a close one!
The #1 team in the world. A lot of people's favorites for this tournament, and potentially going out in the second round of playoffs right now. Pistol round so important. Oh, that's a big team flash. Not what Ence needed, but niko will take that all day long. And now Sampayas recedes into CT, trying to find a cheeky angle that's unexpected, but they arrive all around him. Madden not able to get here in time, so the site has been swarmed. And this is looking like an excellent pistol from G2, starting as they mean to go on.
Snappy knows what that smoke means. Going fishing around the corner. niko, you can see pulling a grenade out, but it's very nervous stuff with Snappy continuing to poke and prod.
Ooh. Snappy's getting so close with all these warning shots. Just not landing. Finally, he gets niko out of there. All where that came from, though. xantares arrives onto the site. A couple of kills for him, but the rotate has arrived here. The pistols for Ence doing some real damage now. And JKS hits the deck. It's only Hunter remaining. And he has to be a hero here, but it's not going to happen. DR with it this time.
xantares, I will presume, dropped the Galil to JKS, and we will be rolling with a Glock, but JKS takes a fat pie to the face. Down to 50 HP then, before the proceedings really begin. Oh, man. Wonderful stuff we're seeing from Ence. Ooh. JKS, though, trying to keep his team in the fight with that solo rifle. Look at that swing from niko. We can do deagles too, he says.
All right, G2. They say you want to brawl, Ence, then we'll brawl. Get down in the mud with them and hit them right back with a round. And who but JKS, when you need someone reliable on G2 to step up? They give him the rifle. He gets the first couple of openers. And then the niko 1 deag was exquisite, even though he took a lot of nade damage at the start of the round. Got a feeling this is going to be a fun half of Counter-Strike. I don't know what to expect, except for chaos. I mean, this is what G2 do, though. Whenever you think you might start to count them out, they come up with a clutch round. They come up with an impact round at the right time.
Snappy playing a dangerous game, but with full confidence, as we have seen. There's a gap in the smoke, it looks like, but it's a distraction as well. And I think he's gone past that gap if there was one. Oh, he's got his bell rung, though. JKS is focused. That is a pivotal frag. If they don't find that, that could be the round over on the ramp later on.
Looks he really tried his damnedest here. Top fragging for G2 right now. What can Nerds do? He's been brilliant for Ence. He's got one, but the FAMAS not strong enough to get more than that. JKS with a solid trade. Smoke set up towards Gens. But G2 don't need to commit with this. They realize that Ence have limited numbers remaining and that xantares is in a very strong position. Even if he is low on health, the element of surprise here might be key. Surely this bomb goes down on A shortly.
DH's creeping, though. Steps may have been heard, but he's behind the smoke now. Oh.
Hello.
Another one for xantares then. 14 frags for him. It seems this game will remain tight despite the false start from G2. Really doing this the hard way if they are to do it. But it's Ence who are still in the lead and will be for a while. They're also broke, though. Can't imagine too many deagles will be coming out once again. But it's great to see how sharp they look, how dangerous they seem to be. Fantastic and necessary versus the likes of G2.
And it's definitely worth remembering that against Movistar Riders, G2 had a pretty mediocre CT side on VERTIGO, and then they came through on the T side and just dominated. They ended up winning 9-2 in the second half. 90 rounds they got. So maybe...
No flashes for Ence, which makes things really interesting on the B bomb site in terms of defense, swinging, trying to find some kills. And we can see that G2 have a focus on that bomb site. Angles being compromised, but that hole gives Sampaya something. DH's found two. Sampaya's in that mid position. Hasn't seen the cross of the second player, but he's rotating towards CT. And one could creep through the smoke indeed, as Manasi does the same. He is surrounded. He's got the sound cues. niko planting the bomb. Manasi surely gets traded. Won't even find the kill. niko in a clutch once again, and Snappy will slow him down. Ence survived with 3 with no flashes. DH finding 2 on the B bomb site, as there's a gap in the smoke in mid, which allows Sampayas to get a 3rd kill in quick succession. Then they finish off the job afterwards.
see if G2 continue with this. Oh, flash in. Some pious had dropped down. Hunter traded early. In the meanwhile, Nuts has found another 2K. Just continues to put up the numbers. And G2 forced into a desperate position in this round.
Oh boy. Manasi 1 versus 4. He's got 1:30 on the clock, but there's so many people alive. He opts for the AK-47. Diha may have got some sound cues from that weapon falling to the floor. He will be dancing around the smoke. Everything taken away. Maybe an orb collected if he can find it as well. 13-9. You can see in the top right the score on Ancient. If you didn't see that map, that was the pick of G2. This is the pick of Ence, and they're getting closer and closer. Nerds, the new man, playing against the #1 ranked.
Looks like more of a default this time round. And still fighting for ramp, but only 2 CTs here right now. Utility forces niko back. He was blind there. Hunter taking huge damage. Was he able to get 1 kill with the molly? So a skirmish early towards B allows a 1-for-1 trade. JKS just thinking about getting active towards mid, but G2 have been shut down in that position previously. So maybe doesn't want to make his move yet.
Heading towards that 40-second mark. JKS has been so important from this position in the past for G2. You can see Nerts is posting up as well. There is expectation here from Ence. As noise is still cut for G2. Here come the grenades and JKS to run distraction as the meat and potatoes are over towards that stairs position. Manasi waits for Pius, baited in, looking for information, then punished for it. This is a rough one for Ence if they lose this round, if they lose their personnel. That looks more and more likely now as Mudden gets dropped. What does Nerts do now? They can't afford to lose all these weapons. They've got money issues and they're going to have to disengage. G2 heading towards 10 rounds then. 3 rounds away from catching up with Ence, but fighting tooth and nail to stay in this one.
Yeah, and it feels like it's HooXi who's fighting more than anyone. Calling for the team. Top fragging for the team. Found the way in on this occasion. Took a lot of time in the round, G2. They were happy to run the clock down. The fact that Manasi gets that pick towards B is just so key.
Oh, all right then. What a disastrous situation for G2. Through the smoke and Pius is here for a third. Oh, what a crushing blow. They can't afford to lose like this. What is happening?
Oh, so close from Hunter.
This is brutal. Absolutely brutal. The man knows his angles and he's rewarded for them. I think he just saw Hunter. You can see the reaction in the teammates as well. Hunter laser focused on Madden. But what about the remainder of the squad? Diha's here to finish off the job. That is a massive round for Ence. Through the smoke, finding 2. A third one quickly afterwards. And look what it's done to their money. Holy potatoes.
Oh my god. It's not even from all sides. niko's gone. Man advantage for Ence already. Boost about to be spotted here. Nuts plays it in on this angle. 8K drop. Diha with a spray through the wood. It is looking desperate for G2. There is no way in. It's going to be map point. It's going to be series point for Ence. And G2 facing elimination.
What a massive victory this would be for Ence. Snappy having a look-see. Oh, the HE grenade might go too far, actually. Indeed, it will. That could have been devastating. niko often devastating with a Desert Eagle. They've gone past the angle, but man, have seen too many of them. And then there were 3. JKS holding on with 4 HP. And it's just JKS and Hunter now. St. Pius dodges the pistol. JKS with 4 HP versus 4 Ence players.